Today I get to test ride a new electric dirt bike that is bigger and faster than many of the ones I've tested in the past. This is the all-new XR16 from ThunderWasp. The XR16 has a high-quality Greenway battery that uses Samsung cells within it. It's also a very nice size at 72 volt, 40 amp hour. It also has an impressive mid-drive motor that puts out 16 kilowatts of power. When we take a look at the suspension, it has an R-Floxa shock in the rear, which is actually a common aftermarket upgrade for many Sur-Ron owners, so it's nice to see that this thing comes with that shock stock out of the box. The shock is also connected to a linkage, which should just overall help the performance of the suspension in the rear. The front forks are fully adjustable. They offer a good amount of travel. I really like the black coating on the lower part of the tubes, but they are from a brand that I've never heard before called Sieg Performance. Both the brakes, front and rear, are powered by dual piston hydraulic calipers that clamp onto 220 millimeter rotors, so you should be able to stop no problem. Once you adjust the brake levers to your preferred position, they do feel pretty nice in the hands and pretty easy to use. The foot pegs are actually a pretty nice size and have some decently sharp teeth on there. Down here between the foot pegs, I have already upgraded the support bar to a Tusk brand support bar because I just didn't like the one that came with it stock. The seat doesn't feel super grippy, but it is nice and thick. The cushion doesn't feel too soft or too firm. It has a pretty standard electric dirt bike wheel combo with a 19-inch front wheel and an 18-inch rear wheel. The tires do have some nice knobbies on them, but they don't look like a full off-road tire to me. They look more like a dual sport tire that's midway between off-road and on-road riding. The throttle definitely feels smooth. It has a nice snap to it. I like that. Over here in the front, the bike does come with a headlight, of course. It has two different settings, a low beam and a high beam, and it does have a pretty nice light output. You can access the battery pretty easily just by putting the key in here and opening the battery cover. All you gotta do after that is simply unplug it and the battery slides right on out of the frame. I like that this is nice and easy, so I can just bring the battery inside to store it and charge it in the house. It comes with 2 keys and 2 NFC cards, and you can actually start this bike 2 different ways. You can start up the bike with the key and just put it in the ignition. Or if you want, you can use the NFC card and just scan it on the top of the display and the bike will start up as well. This red button on the right side of the handlebar will change the bike from neutral to drive. You have a few controls on the left side of the handlebar. The M is to change which riding mode you're in. Underneath the riding mode button is your headlight on-off switch. Next to that is the turn signal switches. The R button is to put the bike in reverse, and of course the horn button is to blare the horn. It has 3 different modes: E for Eco, D for Daily, and S for Sport. Obviously, as they go higher in the modes, the acceleration and the top speed increases. Okay, so pretty nice and tame in Eco mode, and I already hit the top speed, which is like 23 to 24 miles per hour. I would say the throttle sensitivity in Eco mode is perfect for a beginner rider, someone learning to ride a dirt bike. That's one of the things I like so much about electric dirt bikes is you can completely change the power characteristics and the top speed of these bikes with the press of a button. I'll come back down to a stop real quick. All right, now I got this thing in D for daily. We're gonna do the same thing, full throttle. Okay, wow, holy moly, it picks up really fast. That's daily? Dude, the power difference is insane. I'm not on a good road for this. I already hit 50 miles an hour, it said. Wow. Okay, so the torque is way more responsive. It picks up so fast, the top speed. I'm already at 55 miles an hour. Holy crap. I think it tops it out at 55 in daily mode. I'm very curious to see what the top speed is in sport mode, but daily mode is plenty quick. This bike does have turn signals, so I'm going to use the turn signal. It doesn't have a signal in the front. I think it just has a signal in the rear. And you can press it again to turn it off. I'm going to put this bad boy into S for sport mode and see what this thing is like. Oh my God. Dude, I can't even full throttle in sport mode. The front wheel will come up. All right, so I think the speed limiter is right around 56 miles an hour because both in daily and in sport mode, it came to the exact same speed and the power tapered off pretty immediately. But the torque of sport mode, holy crap. So I'm in sport mode about 5 miles an hour. Oh my God, that's a little scary. If you full throttle in sport mode, it instantly power wheels. It almost feels like a 450, the amount of torque that kicks in. Like, I'm not pulling up at all. The front wheel is just lifting up in sport mode. That's insane. That might be too torquey for just like daily riding. Dude, this thing hauls ass. This thing absolutely flies. The suspension is honestly like pretty incredible. The way it handles and soaks up these bumps, it doesn't feel too stiff. It's like perfectly soft. The linkage and that shock makes the shock action feel so progressive in the rear. And dude, the power of this thing is kind of nuts. In sport mode especially, it's ridiculous. The front wheel comes up so easily at any speed, like in the straightaway. When I'm doing like 30 miles an hour, watch, I'll pop this front wheel up. Over the bumps, like it's nothing. And those brakes are so damn good, dude. Oh, we got a log coming up. So obviously we don't have a clutch, but we have power. Oh, dude. Plenty of power to pop over that. Like, having the power to do whatever you need to do whenever you want, instills so much confidence. The suspension responding so nicely instills so much confidence. Oh yeah, piece of cake. Oh, the roller coaster trail, this is sick. And thank God those brakes are good, because it makes me feel confident enough to flow through here and be able to come to a stop instantly. Not only does the R-Flock to shock feel good, like the dampening of it, but because it has the linkage, it just keeps the rear wheel planted on the ground so much. I don't feel like the rear tire ever bounces up in the air too much. It means I have good traction. Having good traction obviously just makes you confident. Let's see how good we can cook through here. The trail is decently slippery with the pine needles. We're going to be careful with our front end. Try not to wash it. That seat is just so damn easy for me to grip with my legs. It's got like just enough cushion to it. Generally, I'm not worrying about the roots and stuff too much, because the suspension has been so good. It soaks it up all so easily. Little drop off. Oh, that was like flat landing. Suspension seemed to soak it up just fine. The chain is a little chattery over the metal frame when it hits the metal frame, but otherwise this bike is pretty pleasantly quiet, which is good. That's what you want in an e-bike. Yeah, so far the only thing that's bothering me about this bike is the chain rattles like crazy against the metal frame on the underside there, and I'm assuming that's because the chain is just loosening as I'm riding. But you know, this is my first ride. The chain's gonna loosen a good bit on your first ride, and then hopefully it doesn't stretch too much. These kind of routes are the times that you need the power that this thing has, because you can just so easily flick that throttle, grab a handful of throttle, pull up on the front end. Since it's so light, the front wheel just pops up so freaking easy, dude. Can we hit this? Little jump. Probably should have gone a little bit faster, but no problem. Tires are holding pretty good traction everywhere. So the handling is good. It's super agile. It's only 150 pounds, so it's nice and lightweight, really easy to flick around in tight trails like this in the woods. The power is phenomenal. I don't even need to use the highest power mode. Too much power can be a bad thing in the wrong circumstance, and it's so nice that you can just, with the press of a button, change it into a softer power mode, and it really changes the delivery of the power delivery of this bike just with the press of a button. It's one of the things I love so much about electric bikes. You can tailor them pretty much to any rider that jumps on it. Oh my God, the front wheel comes up over the bump so fast. All right, put it in sport mode for the straightaway. Dude, nah, sport mode's ridiculous. It almost pulled it out of my hands. You lean back just a smidge, get on the throttle. I'm doing 40 through the woods. And I wouldn't feel confident enough to do 40 through here unless I had good brakes, good suspension. Oh my God, dude. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous power. Good handling, ridiculous power. I love this thing. I'm gonna ride this thing all the time. I can't wait to take it to an actual motocross track, see if I can hit some jumps on this bad boy. Oh yeah. So overall, my impressions of this bike just from the first ride are pretty good. I am very impressed with this thing. The power is phenomenal. It handles really well. It's really lightweight. The brakes are excellent. The suspension is good for what I was doing, which was just trail riding. So it's soft enough to handle all those bumps. But the next ride, I'm gonna take this bike to a motocross track and see if the suspension and the power can handle some real size jumps. So stay tuned for that video. But so far, I am really enjoying this bike and I highly recommend it. If you want to pick up one of these ThunderWasp XR16s for yourself, I will have a link to purchase it down in the description and pinned to the top of the comments. And if you use my discount code Derek, you will get $100 off your order. I hope you guys enjoyed this test ride video. Definitely stay tuned for more content with this bike, and I'll see you next time. Peace.